Here is a nice little player for somebody, made by Mr. Douglas Moore from Southern Indiana. Very, very, very light play. The cue's almost brand new. No issues whatsoever except for just one tiny, tiny, tiny little, almost unnoticeable little ding right there in the finish at the bottom of the handle. Almost unnoticeable. Really cool looking wood. I spoke to Doug about this cue. He says that the handle is made out of very old growth Birdseye maple. You can see it right there. Really old growth. Look at all the eyes in there. You've got all the old growth markings. Super cool aged wood. And then, of course, the forearm. That's made out of rosewood. Also highly figured. Real pretty color of rosewood going into the Birdseye. That rosewood at the nose of the cue really hits good. A lot of really good cue makers chose to use the rosewood in their cues because of the density of the wood and the playability. And it's a really good, stable wood, both of these, when it comes to the balance. You've got some Westinghouse Mircarta material right here, canvas Mircarta at the joint and at the butt cap. That's some pretty cool looking stuff. You got the points going down. Made by Douglas Moore, one of our favorite all-time cue makers. We have the privilege of selling Doug's cues brand new right here at Crossroad Cues. He makes cues in his one-man shop in Southern Indiana. Doug always focuses on getting the best woods that he can possibly get. His wood choices are always really good. You'll never see him put any type of woods that are subpar in a cue. Not that any other cue makers are intentionally doing that. I just mean that Doug goes after some exotic looking wood. He loves older wood. He loves the burls. And he really has an eye for picking good pieces. This cue right here, actually, Doug played with this for a while in the shop. Then it went out, and then we picked it up. Again, it's pretty much, I'd say, 90 to 95% brand new with just one little, I can't even hardly feel it now, but we always disclose everything. It's right. I can't even hardly find it. Anyway, there was like a little tiny ding somewhere in the handle that could easily be fixed. I wouldn't even bother with it. It doesn't bother me if I was going to pick this up. This is a really good offer. It's a chance to get a full splice, custom cue, and keep some money in your pocket, made by a really good cue maker. Doug's stuff always sells really fast. His cues used to be featured primarily at the Derby City Classic. Now people all over the world know his work. He does everything himself. And he always focuses on really good woods and, above all, the playability. Balance point on this one right around in here. Slightly forward weighted. Really moves the ball well. Standard radial pin. His joint size is going to be the same as a Revo. So if you wanted to use a Revo or a Predator shaft, I personally like this maple shaft. Nice, high quality maple shaft that comes with it. You've got the Tomahawk Ferrule medium fire skin tips. If you haven't used these fire skins, I've talked to some cue makers about them. If somebody wants to get a really good tip and keep some money in your pocket, they play similar to the Kamui, and they're very inexpensive. So fire skin tip, Tomahawk Ferrule on this one, like new condition. If you like a lighter cue, if you like to play with a cue that is not real super heavy, that butt weight comes in between 14.2 and 14.3. Then you got a 3 I believe it was 7 on the shaft, 12.9. So Douglas Moore, super clean, full splice made out of some killer wood. Hit us up. You can send me an email. You can take a look at the pictures of this on our website, crossroadcues.com. Crossroadcues.com. Douglas Moore, custom cue.